see. The Scottish qualifiers to the final, Five Flyers, the only unbeaten team in the Cup preliminaries. They have the Cup top scorer, number 41, Mike Jeffrey, with 30 goals and 37 assists for 67 points. They also have the top goal scorer, number 9, Dave Stojanovic, who scored 31 goals. Nottingham Panthers, the English qualifiers, have run into excellent forms, sparked by their new signing, number 19, Fred Pellini, who joined just 3 weeks ago. They also have one of the outstanding defensemen, number 9, Terry Kurtenbach, and they're coached by Alex Dampier, one of the top coaches for Nottingham and for Great Britain. The referee for this game is John McCallum. The referee, you see, wears the red armbands. The linesmen are Steve Harper and Miles Wanby. So it's Five Flyers in the white strip, attacking that goal to the right. And they have their powerhouse out on the ice. That's Mike Jeffrey. Puck is still loose and Jeffrey just forcing it in. Down the boards by Gavin Fraser. Jim Keys. This is Al Sims, a rugged Canadian defenseman. Sims carrying the puck, loading it through, back around the boards, picked up again by Jeffrey. And now it's Nottingham coming out. Jim Keys, they get the pass over, it's still in there. Didn't go over the line, the puck has to go right out. Oh, well intercepted, good pass. Keys, shot, and just off by Fred Pellini. Another flick through. Jim Keys around the back. There's Pellini, number 19, flipping it back with Wayne Keywood. Right in front, the net is off its moorings, there'll be a whistle. There's no goal, no goal. The net was off its moorings before the puck went into the net. The referee, John McCallum, had blown his whistle. So there's no score there.
Well, that was a sensational start to the game there. Nottingham were just a little bit unlucky not to get a goal out of that, but the goal had definitely moved before the puck went in the net.
Face off then just to the right of Five Flyers' net. Nottingham keeping it down there. Al Sims down the boards, just relieving the pressure. Pushed back by Pellini. Got a good pass, picked up by Pellini again. That's a good one for Leighton there out to chase. Didn't quite get it. Good pass by Jeffrey. Pennycook, that's Jeffrey, number 41, the top scorer, around the back. In front, wide open. What a chance! And he missed it. Sims just loading it through, the puck bouncing and deflected. Comes around the back. Sims again. Gordon Latto going through. It's picked up. Here's a break. The shot. Well held. Andy Donald decides to hold it. Andy Donald. It was a good shot.
This was a very good shot and a good take by the goalkeeper. Killed it stone dead.
Now Andy Donald there, born in Toronto, but has lived in Kentucky for the last 13 years. One of the key men in this Five team. Comes to Pellini. Pellini's shot clicked away. It is Jimmy Jack. Good pass. Oh, unlucky. Bobby Haig, one of the youngsters going around the back there. But again, it's picked up this time by Nigel Rhodes for Nottingham. Nottingham shooting it out. Good pass, Bobby Haig, shot, and just off the outside post. Terry Kurtenbach. Lost possession, and it's in the net. It's in the net. And Fife Flyers have taken the lead by 1-0. Well, the puck came out very quickly, and it was a rebound.
Well, Terry Kurtenbach made a very bad mistake here. Lost a puck round the front of the net, and the forward slammed it straight in. Lovely goal.
So, Fife Flyers take the lead. Jimmy Jack, the scorer. The 33-year-old who's just returned to the team. Jimmy Jack makes it 1-0 for Fife Flyers. Back into the Nottingham end. Goal perhaps against the run of the play. On the back by Jeffrey and way down. There'll be no whistle on this because it was a Fife Flyers player who shot the puck. And a fall. I wonder why. There was nobody near him. Stojanovic, but flipped back in again. Al Sims for Fife. Pass. Stojanovic shot, offside. So that goal really seemed to come against the run of the play.
Yes, I couldn't agree with you more, Alan. I thought Fife were a bit lucky there because Nottingham had a few really good chances, but the game itself is looking really good. Everything's flowing sweetly.
And Alex Dampier, the coach there, having a word with his boys because well, Jim Keys. And it's Darrell Eason in the corner. Eason in there again. Puck is still loose, but once the referee loses sight of the puck, then he has to blow the whistle. So, Jim Keys, number 11, was the Nottingham player who was in there. Jim Keys, Canadian. Plays centre ice there, and he's going to take the face-off now, and the face-off is going to be with Mike Jeffrey. Didn't come out, kept in. Shot deflected. Didn't come out, still kept in. That time by Perlini. Well, Fife are not getting the puck out of their end. Al Sims, he tries a backhand down the boards, and this time it will go. There's a signal for icing in the first instance, but it wasn't called. Deep flick. It's a lot in the middle. Dean Edmiston, now number 1 for Fife Flyers, across to Brian Peat. Peat flipping it through. And Brian Cox, almost a rebound and almost a goal. That was not a good move by Brian Cox there, Red. So the face-off now in the Nottingham end. Deep pass out, Perlini. The pass, trying to find Perlini in the centre again. Nigel Rhodes was the boy who met the pass across. There's Perlini. Hard checking by the Fife defenders. Kurtenbach flipping it through. Webber, number 10 for Nottingham. Webber got Rhodes out in front. Puck is still loose. Perlini just floated across the goal line. Back by Webber. There's a whistle for a penalty, and a penalty has been given by John McCallum. Something happened off the puck. We'll hear what the referee has to say.
22, wait, interference.
So, Bobby Haig, the youngster from Five Flyers, gets a 2-minute penalty. So now Five Flyers short-handed. Nottingham Panthers have the man advantage for 2 minutes unless a goal is scored. And Nottingham have possession. They've got to pass that puck around and find the man who's in the clear. In front. Coming in. Back in front. Oh! Neat save by Andy Donald. Shot. Again deflected. Turned out. Comes to Stojanovic. He's got Jeffrey with him. Stojanovic trying to float it across. Pushed away by Cox. And back. And now Nottingham have possession. So, they have this man advantage. Can they make it pay? Out they come. Curtain back. Nigel Rhodes, a shot knocked away by Andy Donald. Out in front. Picked up by Stojanovic, but he's not going to go. He's going to take his time. Turns it back for Gordon Latto. Latto across to Sims. Down the ice, but of course there's no whistle for icing when the team is a man short. Here's Terry Kurtenbach. Gavin Fraser. The time on the left is the time left on the 2-minute penalty, and the time on the right is the time left of this 20-minute period. Time out for stoppages, remember. Well, Nottingham have got it in the 5 end, but they are not really making it pay thus far. Good pass by Pennycook. Here's Jeffrey. Pennycook in front. Just flicked away. John Bremner turning it out. Perlini, beautiful, but deflected into the corner. Picked up by Kurtenbach, number 9. That wasn't a good pass. Well, it's 1 against 1. Gavin Fraser back there and Jim Pennycook. Pennycook with a shot, knocked away by Brian Cox into the corner. And so, Five Flyers back to full strength. They played off the penalty, and Nottingham Panthers didn't really have the advantage or make any really good plays while they had the assistance of the extra man. So, Panthers now passing the puck well. Bellini again. Neat stick handling. Gets past his man. Puck dropped. Bellini has it. In front. He tried to take it past Brian Peat, but it ran off the end of a stick. Pushed in again by Gavin Fraser. Out come Fife. That should be an icing, but it was played before it went over the red line, so it's not. And that could have been dangerous. Around the boards. Nottingham into the Fife zone. High shot, way over the top of the net from Perlini. This time it should be an icing. And it's played on again. Well, lucky for Nottingham, they came away with it. Terry Kurtenbach, the defenseman, taking it back to the defence. Puts it back to Perlini. Perlini taking it through. Good shot! A great goal! Terry Kurtenbach to Fred Perlini. Perlini the scorer. It was a great shot, and that Nottingham crowd are absolutely enthralled.
Well, this was a really nice goal. Kurtenbach took the 2 defenders with him, dropped it off to Perlini, who held on and made a lovely shot. The goalkeeper had no chance with that. Lovely goal. Here we see it again. Kurtenbach taking the 2 defensemen together. They've committed themselves to him, and he's left room for Perlini to get a very good shot in, right in the corner of the net.
So it's 1 goal each now, and that's where Perlini is really good. He can take those advantages. So it's 1-1, and the atmosphere becoming even more excitable in the National Exhibition Centre. Gavin Fraser coming through. Back by Stojanovic. This is Sims. Push it in. That's Perlini. Floating it down. Stopped by Gordon Latto, but the puck is still loose. Al Sims picks it up. Jim Pennicott shooting it into the Nottingham end. Gavin Fraser just flipping it out. Neatly turned back by Gordon Latto. Good poke check by Pellini. Pellini playing a defensive role. Now Al Sims coming forward. Just floating it in. Loose puck. And blasted down the ring. Picked up by Dwayne Keywood. Gavin Fraser floating it in. Andy Donald decides to hold it because the Nottingham forwards were very close in on him.
Well, this game's bubbling up nicely, Nate. The competition is flowing from end to end, and we're getting a very interesting game coming up here.
My Flyers in possession. Terry Curtin back, there first as usual, but this time Fife keep it in. Still there, but the loose puck picked up by Jim Keys. Nottingham pumping it in. Oh, Bobby Haig felt that one. Out in front, and the pass out picked up by Dean Edmiston. Edmiston, number 1. Oh, a hook there!
We got a hooking.
Yes. Darrell Eason of Nottingham Panthers. That's a fairly deliberate hook, Red.
Oh, that was a gross hook. So obvious. It was stupid. That's just a very silly penalty. It could cost him a goal here.
2 minutes in the penalty box. For the Panthers, number 12, Darrell Eason. For hooking, the penalty time at 10 minutes 31.
So this time it's Nottingham Panthers who find themselves a man short, and they can afford to shoot the puck down the rink, remember. Al Sims now for Fife Flyers. Dropped it to Stojanovic. A little casual in the play, considering that they have the man advantage. Well, Nottingham keeping it in that end, whereas Fife by now should have got it out. Perhaps Al Sims, the defenseman, will make the rush. He's floating it in as he can. He crossed the red line before he shot it. Back to the point. Jeffrey, they're passing it around. Jeffrey to Stojanovic, but intercepted. Terry Kurtenbach coming out. Oh. Tim Keys had gone back, whereas Kurtenbach had expected him to go forward, but they didn't want to take any chances. Keys. Pellini, beautiful stick handling, but the loose puck now picked up by Sims. Down the boards, and out. This is Kurtenbach, across to Gavin Fraser. Well, so far Nottingham have managed to contain them. Fife have the man advantage. 28 seconds on the penalty. That's Sims. Jeffrey. Poked it there by Pellini. And there's going to be another penalty. Looks as though the penalty will be for holding. Let's hear what the referee has to say.
Under 11, black, interference.
Yes, it's Jim Keys. Well, now Nottingham now find themselves 2 men short. On the penalty there is remaining 17 seconds on the first penalty. So for 17 seconds they've got a 2-man advantage.
Alan, Jim Keys was lucky down in this bottom corner here. He should have had a penalty there, and he's got his just rewards in the end of the day, and he's making it very difficult for Nottingham now.
Well, they've got about 15 seconds on this penalty now. Here's the shot from Sims. Held by Cox, and it's underneath him. He dropped it first of all. And, oh-ho, a bit of pushing and shoving around in front of the net there. Pellini came in after the player had made the shot. Curtin back, defending him. There's Pellini on top of the goalminder.
They both got a hit in after the whistle. 41 weight, 19 left.
We have to... You'll find that Brian Cox drops the puck here, and Stojanovic is pushing in there, but there's going to be a double penalty here. Two players having a go.
So, two of the key men in the game have gone in the box together. Number 19 there on the left, Fred Pellini for Nottingham, and on the other bench, Mike Jeffrey. Mike Jeffrey of Five Flyers, he's in the box. So we've got 4 against 3 now. If a team gets 3 players in the box, then substitute is allowed, but his time doesn't start until the first man comes out. So, Five had possession. Gordon Lato's shot bounced. Stojanovic, back to Lato again. Stojanovic. So, Five still keeping possession. Here's a chance. Oh, just off the net from Al Sims. That was only just outside the left-hand post from Stojanovic. So, Gordon Lato. Sims, 2 against 1. Here's a chance. Stojanovic. Unlucky. Down the boards by Gavin Fraser. And back to Al Sims again. Now, Al Sims. Number 5 had 4. Nottingham have 3 out players. Sims, a shot, knocked away by Cox. Another shot, flicked away by Cox's skates. Now a chance for Gordon Lato. Another shot, it's there! Gordon Lato the scorer! Well, Five Flyers fans ecstatic. 2 goals to 1 they lead, and Gordon Lato the scorer.
Yes, I think the goalkeeper Brian Cox will be disappointed here because he missed the catch here. But looking at the replay, to be fair to him, he was blinded. He was just blinded by the shot.
So, 2-1, Five Flyers going for the lead once again. And, well, it's so even. It's going to be the team that takes its chances. And Five Flyers coming in again. Pennycock. Cross out. Here's Jim Keys. Curtin back, taking his time. Good shot, deflected. Dwayne Keywood floating it into the corner. Well, in 5 seconds. Jeffrey comes back. Oh, a chance! Oh, what open net! And now Pellini is back on the ice, both teams at full strength. And what a chance that was. Well, Five Flyers leading 2-1, but they really had a remarkable chance to go 3-1 ahead.
Oh, I think Brian Cox was lucky here, and the puck came off the backboards right across the empty net, but the Five players just couldn't pick it up. Went right into his skates.
Face off just to the left of Nottingham Panthers net. blasted down the ring and stopped by Andy Donald. So shot down the boards by Neil Abel. And this time it is on icing. Shot it from behind his blue line. Well, 5 in the lead. Alex Dampier here. He's got a lot to do, but he's a very good coach, isn't he, Rob?
He is a very good coach, and I was talking to him earlier on, and he said that Nottingham are trying to keep their penalty incidents down, but that's what's costing them dearly at the moment, Alan.
But they have the possession in, and Pellini's shot beautifully taken by Andy Donald. Great stop.
Yeah, that was a lovely stop there, Alan. Lovely catching hand, because that puck is really moving about 120 miles an hour. Oh, sorry.
So we have the face-off still in the Five Flyers' end. Nottingham Panthers anxious to get back on equal terms again. 2-1 the score. The shot, it's flicked away and down the ice. It's icing, and it'll be another face-off at the other end. You can't shoot the puck from your own zone over the goal line at the other end as long as the teams are equal in strength. If you do, you get a face-off back in your own defensive zone. It stops players shooting the puck down the ice just to waste time. Face-off back in Five Flyers' zone. Snapshot. There it is! Jim Keys. Keys picked up the rebound. And Jim Keys has done a tremendous job, and that's made the Nottingham bench a bit happier. There's the face-off.
And this is what ice hockey's all about. As quick as this, the face-off goes back to Kurtenbach, a hard shot, the rebound, and Keys is there to slip in the net. And back to Kurtenbach, the hard shot, the goalkeeper can only block it, and the forward is there to put it in the net.
So it's 2-2 again. What a game this is. Face off. And the ball's by Pellini. Give the Webber. That's Gordon Latta, number 16. Way across. Webber again, just shooting it into that pipe end. Gordon Latta, the defenseman. Loading it down, but too far. Terry Kurtenbach took it over the line. Still loose. Now it's dead. So there's about 4 minutes left on this first period, and the last couple of minutes Nottingham have kept the play in this pipe end, and they're still in there. Flipped away by Bobby Haig, and Bobby Haig still has it. Bobby Haig, the youngster, just lost it at the last moment. That was Dwayne Keyward, offside, and with a puck must go over that blue line before the player skates.
I'm bound to say, Alan, Nottingham are looking the sharper of the two teams and look more enterprising. Fife are looking a little bit flat-footed at the moment.
Dwayne Keyward, number 21, facing off. Pellini going back for it. Kurtenbach is back there with him. Pellini, good pass. It's to Keyward. Good pass again. Oh no, just too far back. That's Brian Peat. It's out. Dean Edmiston Edmiston with the slap, but it's deflected by Kurtenbach. Edmiston still has possession. And now, out come Nottingham Panthers. What a shot by Polini, just off the far post. No whistle on that. 3 minutes on this first period to go. With a chance. And out comes Edmiston again. He's got Bobby Haig ahead of him. There's Bobby Haig. Neatly picked up by Kurtenbach. Tower of strength on defence. Good turn by Edmiston. Neil Abel taking his time, the big fella. Here's Stojanovic. He can be very dangerous. Stojanovic still in possession. He slipped off the end of his stick. Edmiston. And intercepted easily by Kurtenbach. That looked dangerous. And Brian Peet is going in.
Stand a bit.
21, wait, hooking.
So it's for hooking that Brian Peet will go into that box.
2 minutes in the penalty box.
I think this was a slightly soft penalty. I think the guy took a little bit of a dive on this one, although he did offer his stick up for the hook, so he probably deserved what he got.
Well, the way things are going just at this moment, Nottingham have been keeping the pressure on, and Fife now have a man in the box, Brian Peet. So there's the time on this period. The time on the penalty. Nottingham taking their time. Puck still loose. Nigel Rhodes fighting for it. Gordon Leto shooting it out. No whistle on that. Randall Webber taking his time. Now Nottingham have got the man advantage. Good stick handling by Webber. Shoots it in. Nigel Rhodes back to the point. The shot just off the net. Picked up by Stojanovic. And the whistle there, I should say it was probably because Mike Jeffrey closed his hand on the puck. You can't catch a puck and close your hand on it. And apart from which, the pass could well have been over the 2 lines. Face off with 1 minute and 22 seconds to play of this first period. Nottingham going to have a man advantage for another minute unless they score a goal. They're waiting. They're taking their time. That's Kurtenbach. The shot knocked away and out of the rink. So it'll be a pace-off alongside the goal again. Donald's been a tower of strength as far as Fife is concerned.
He has saved Fife on many occasions, Alan, and they need him badly at the moment because they are not as sharp as I've seen Fife for some time.
The score's 2-2. There's 1 minute and 2 seconds to play on this period. Just 1 minute left now, and it's Fife who come out. Oh, good play, good play, oh! Excellent play by Fife, and Jim Petticoat just couldn't put it in the net. Out come Nottingham. Polini just floated it. Gordon Leto shooting it down the rink. John Bremner looking for Polini. That's Jim Keys, he gets it through. Keys still in possession. Taken down at the last minute, the net's off its mooring, so the referee has to blow. That whistle is not for a penalty, it's because the net had come off its moorings. Well, there's the anxious Brian Peat. He has just got 1 second of his 2-minute penalty to serve, so they'll just have time for the face-off. And if they get possession from the face-off, get a shot on it, he could score before he's actually in the game. And he's going to come back after 1 second. Nottingham Panthers, the face-off in the Five Flyers' end. There's the backhand by Gavin Fraser, and again the net is off its moorings. This is a bit tricky because almost every time any play is close to the net comes adrift.
Yes, unfortunately there, Alan, the puck comes quick off the back boards, and the goalkeeper has to go for it, and every time he's touching the net, it comes off its moorings. Very difficult.
Well, we've got 6,500 people in the National Exhibition Centre. They are having a whale of a time. They really are. They're having a very, very enjoyable match. There's just 14 seconds. And Dave Cernovich going after it. Kurtenbach gets there first. 5 seconds remaining on this first period. Shot in again. Away by Brian Cox. There is the hooter for the end of the first period, and both sets of supporters are standing and applauding their teams as they go off the ice. They're having a marvellous time. So, at the end of the first period, it's Five Flyers 2, Nottingham Panthers 2, all-action hockey, and a wide-open game.
Well, it is a wide-open game, Alan, and although I have said that Fife weren't playing so well, when I think back on the chances they had in that period, they could have scored as many goals as Nottingham. So we're looking forward to a very exciting second period.
For the Panthers, first goal scored by 19 from 9 and 8, timed in 8 minutes 39. The second goal scored by number 11 from 9.
Anybody that'll figure out a way to get a fucking
Second period then. Five Flyers 2, Nottingham Panthers 2, and Five Flyers take it right away into the Nottingham end. Jim Pennicook going on forechecking. Picked up by Gavin Fraser, gets it again. Still kept in by Stojanovic. Kept away by Polini. Gordon Goodser. Oh, here's a chance, Stojanovic. Just over the top. Dwayne Keywood. Bit of slow stick handling there. Let's put Curtin back away. Jim Keys drops it for Curtin back, around the back. And Gavin Fraser comes in to pick up the loose puck. Al Sims, the pipe. Leaves it for Gordon-Latto. Sims again. Sims just driving into the corner, hoping that someone was going to go after it, but there was no one there. However, a bit of slack play there by Nottingham has let the puck come through, and Pellini carrying it well. Gavin Fraser from the point, around the boards. That's Jim Keys. Back on the point. Kurtenbach shot. It's loose. Kurtenbach again. Just deflected wide of the net. Stojanovic. Take run through. Back to Gavin Fraser now for Nottingham. He just shoots it in. On the far side there, Nigel Rhodes going after it, number 4, but the puck is still loose, and Al Sims got it amongst his skates. It's still in sight, and a good pass. Offside. 2 lines. Well, the pass was right, but he didn't get it. So the face-off is back alongside the blue line of the Five Flyers defensive zone. Still going. Neil Abel, number 6, around the back. And Pellini gets the loose puck. It's up again. Neil Abel again with a backhand. Just floating it in. No one to pick it up though. Kept in there by Brian Peat. Kurtenbach. Pellini won't get there. Linesman's fallen. He does get there though. And the puck is loose and still outside. Brian Peat picks it up. That was a very close call. And Keywood pushing it in. Still in there. Pellini. Pellini's shot stopped. Andy Donald. And it's still loose. Wow, wow. Andy Donald 5 had all the luck then. And there is the face-off for an icing, but my goodness, they were lucky.
That was an incredible miss by Fife there. An incredible miss by Fife. The goalkeeper does well to stop the initial puck, but when it bounced back, it was picked up and taken across the goal. The forward just had to put it in the empty net, and the goalkeeper just got his leg to it. I couldn't believe that. I thought that was a good goal.
So, lucky Fife, still in their own end. Mike Jeffrey coming out with it now. Jeffrey would faked a snap shot, but had to pull it back because Stojanovic had gone over the blue line. Another try. Intercepted by Gavin Fraser. Headed down by Leighton Nerat. Icing.
There's some dangerous defensive work going on here. If I was a coach of these two teams, I'd be crying my eyes out with some of the poor clearing that's going on in this game here.
So the face-off will be taken in the Nottingham Panthers' end. Nottingham get possession. Gavin Fraser just floating it into the corner, but still no one except Gavin Fraser to go after it, so he does. Turned away. Stojanovic. Jeffrey. Intercepted by Kurtenbach, number 9. This is Sims now for Fife. Gordon Latto with a snap, deflected. Kevin Fraser picking up the loose puck. Jeffrey gets it back in front. Oh, that was a chance. Out come Nottingham. Fraser floats it across in front. But just bounced over the top of Dwayne Keywood's stick. Well, with a block going down the boards, but Kerriton back. Puts it up. That's a whistle and an icing. Still in the Nottingham end. Still there. Gordon Goodser. It's still loose. Oh, and flicked away at the last moment. Nottingham a wee bit lucky there. Terry Kurtenbach calms things down. Very stabilising influence. Pass, not a good one. Neither was their backhand, in fact, but he's lucky that Dean Everson got it. So he floats it in. Fellini. Only as far as Brian Peat. Knocked away by Brian Cox. Good shot from Peat, kept low. Certainly was a very hard check. Neil Abel taking out Perlini.
Yes, Neil Abel takes out Perlini here, but look at the sticks, both up in the air, both expecting the big check, and just that's what happened. The two big heavy fellas there having a go at each other.
And I think even in that situation, even the plexiglass started to bend at the back behind Perlini.
I think the plexiglass is cracked, Alan. It's very loose and they're putting it back. It's not in fact cracked. But Nottingham. Kurtenbach trying to find Nigel Rhodes. That's Gordon Latto going for it, number 16. Tim Keys. Here's Al Sims for 5. Neat turn down the boards. Jim Pennycook, number 7. Out come 5. Good pass. Still there. Benevit drops it. Al Sims. That's Pennycook. Puck trapped against the boards. There'll be a face-off. And Pennycook getting a wee bit angry. Jim Keys, the player, he was a bit angry at. But the referee has, the linesman have sorted that out. And there'll be a face-off. Jim Keys is making quite a few digs off the puck regularly, and it's getting to people, I think. Well, that almighty noise is not directed at Jim Keys in the box there. It's directed at the Fife Flyers players, because it's their supporters who are making this tremendous noise that's echoing around the National Exhibition Centre. Mike Jeffrey has it again. Didn't fall well for Stojanovic. Dwayne Keywood still in possession. Kevin Fraser going for it and going behind the puck, behind the net. Good pass. Another one. Here's Stojanovic. Trying to get it round the outside. He does, but there's nobody to take the pass. Oh! Just outside from Pennycook. It's a lucky one to get through.
Here's Jeffrey again. L. Sims. Sims carrying it. Seemed to be a bit of hooking there by John Bremner, but it's still there. The shot was blocked. Dwayne Keyworth. Looking for Gavin Fraser. Finds him. Fraser played it, but he's taken out by Gordon Latto. Jeffrey just shoots it down the ring. This time it should be an icing. So Fife relieve the pressure, but for how long? Well, the Panthers supporters keeping their fingers crossed. 2-2 the score. Anyone who can take advantage of a goal-scoring opportunity, like Terry Kurtenbach did on that occasion, means that the Nottingham Panthers supporters should now be very, very happy indeed. Terry Kurtenbach picked up that opportunity, and there it is.
This is a typical example of Fife's defence in disarray. Everybody backs off the puck man here, and Kurtenbach walks straight in on the goalkeeper and pops it straight in the net. As easy as that. And again, you see it from the back there. Kurtenbach, with nobody bothering him. Everybody backing in on the goalkeeper. He just takes his time, picks the empty net, and straight in. What a simple goal.
3-2 for Nottingham. And back they come. Pushing and shoving on the boards. Whistle has gone, and there'll be a face-off. Hello. One of the Fife players down on the ice. Dean Edmiston, the young player, he went down. The referee and the linesman have discussed the situation and decided that it's not a penalty situation. But now it is a penalty situation, having had a further talk, and number 12 for Nottingham Panthers, Daryl Eason, has gone into the box.
I think the referees also have to watch Jim Keys here.
Well, this is the situation that Fife Flyers want, because they have Daryl Eason of Nottingham Panthers in the box. They have the man advantage. They're trailing by a goal. Can they get it back? Sims. A lot of empty space up the middle. Good pass. Gordon Latto turns it back for Mike Jeffrey. Jeffrey back to Sims. Sims with the slap shot, but it's deflected. Latto again. Back to Sims again. Sims another slap shot. Deflated, it's deflected. Well, Fife are getting the shots on the net this time. It's still inside there. Here's Jeffrey. Good pass. Latto keeps it in play. And now Nottingham get it away. Here's a chance. It's 2 against 1. In fact, it's 3 against 1. Pellini. Fraser. Oh, great stop. Great stop by Andy Donald. That should have been a dead cert. Beautiful stop. A good play, but out come Fife Flyers. Sims. Mike Jeffrey. Good pass to Elovich. Again. And Brian Cox has it smothered. Well, that was a remarkable let-off. It was a great chance there for Nottingham Panthers, wasn't it?
Well, here's a great breakaway here, and Perlini does fantastically well. Lovely pass over to Gavin Fraser, but he was so casual.
So So the face-off is in Nottingham's end. Fife still with the man advantage. And the line's cleared by Pellini. The puck carried now by Sims. Sims again. Stojanovic going round the outside. Stojanovic in front. Snapshot off the net. Pennycook. Sims. And now another break. Pellini couldn't reach it. Stojanovic bounced over his stick. Whistle, and a bit of pushing and a bit of shoving, because the temperature is rising in this game. A few quiet words from one player to another.
Oh, that certainly looked like a trip there.
Well, Jim Keyes having a drink. He's been spending a lot of time on the ice, a little bit of refreshment, because Nottingham are still a man short. Fife have not yet been able to equalise the score. It's still 3-2 for Nottingham. Back they come. Bobby Haig shooting it down. Dean Ibbiston there. And that's Pellini. Only as far as Bobby Haig. Kept in play. Good pass. Edmiston. Some good play there by Pellini. Takes his time. It's gone into the corner. Right in front. Knocked away. Edmiston coming away with it. But it's Gavin Fraser who wins it. Gets it back. Both teams at full strength, of course. Dwayne Keywood. Fraser out in front. That was Fraser's shot that went down the rink. The pass out from behind the net, picked up by Terry Kurtenbach. Oh, it's put in. Feel able. The puck is still loose. Bounced away. Pellini offside. 2 lines.
Well, Marlon, it's just going on up and down this game. It's getting more and more exciting by the minute. Chances at either end, but no goals. Yes.
Just inside the Nottingham end. Still it's 3-2. Andy Donald this time decides he's not going to let that puck get away. He's been playing well, but the pressure, both teams having a lot of pressure. 3-2 in favour of Nottingham, but...
Yes, the pattern of this game may suggest to me that Nottingham have got better skills going forward and look as if they've got more chance of scoring more goals. Fife are making chances, but they're giving an awful lot away at the back.
Here's Jeffrey, number 41. Al Sims waiting. Jeffrey had got into the right position. He was hoping that Jim Pennycook was going to get that pass, but he's got it himself. Good pass. It's there. No, it's not. What a save again. Brian Cox, that was a dead set, but he made a super stop. So, now Durham take it back into the Fife end. Fife are just not taking their chances. Out in front, back to the point. Puck is still loose. Knocked away again by Andy Donald. Nottingham keeping it down there, and this time Andy Donald smothering it.
And Andy Donald there, that was a magnificent stop. Magnificent stop. Well, this is goalkeeping at its best. Andy Donald here is absolutely fantastic. He makes a great stop when the whole team were in trouble. Lovely shot and a lovely stop. It's not the one.
The puck shot down the rink. Terry Curtin back. Looks for Gavin Fraser. Finds him. Leighton Erat, number 16, going in there. That's Curtin back. Leighton Erat lets it fly through, but it's now Brian Peat for Fife Flyers. To Neil Abel. Bouncing, well held. Neil Abel with a shot. Good stop. Didn't have much of a sight of that. Jim Pennycook, a bit of a slash with his stick after the whistle had blown, but Brian Cox, he made the stop. This face-off in the Nottingham end, but pushed away by Dwayne Keywood. Not Leighton Erat and Gavin Fraser with him. Taken out hard. And the ball is by Pellini. It's that shot. That wasn't far off the target. Curtin back. Oh, look at this. Well, there were two men fairly loose in front of the net, but the pass didn't come. Pellini comes away. Still kept in there by Fife. Now it's out. That was offside. Dean Edmiston was in the Nottingham Panthers zone. Still leading by 3-2. 6 minutes and 28 seconds of the second period remaining. The play in Fife Flyers' end, and a good stop by Andy Donald yet again. Jim Keys in possession. Referee John McCallum lost sight of the puck, so there'll be a face-off.
That's another good example of trouble off the face-off for Fife. They keep away from the man with the puck, and the goalkeeper's having to bail them out every time.
That's El Sims. Picked up by Curtin back. Curtin back still with it. Loose. And now Stojanovic. Putting it in for Jim Pennycook. Comes back as far as Sims again. Mike Jeffrey. Pennycook. It's just a wee bit casual, and it's net. Nottingham in. Jim Keys. Lucky to get away with it. Pennycook. Coming down the middle. Still in possession. Pennycook. Up the loose puck. John Bremner. He's over the red line when he shot it in. Up and down all the time. Jeffrey. Stojanovic. Stojanovic trying to find it. So, come Nottingham again. Webber. Nigel Rose, number 4 there, but number 4, El Sims for Fife Flyers, gets possession. Oh, good forecheck. Dwayne Keywood, off the net. Still there, Nigel Rhodes, just can't reach it. Getting hard, the checks around the barrier. But it'll be a face-off.
Well, I don't know about anyone else, but I'm getting breathless watching this game. It's up and down and up and down. There's going to be some tired bodies at the end of this game. Oh, well, Dwayne Keywood, the goalkeeper, I think, came out very well on this shot, and Dwayne Keywood had to fire it wide. I don't think he had any place to put it.
There he is again, Dwayne Keywood, number 21 for Nottingham. Good shot, and Andy Donald, he held it again. Well, Donald's up to this match has conceded 5.46 goals again, which is fourth best, but he's playing like top man in this match, no doubt. Too far, too fast, picked up by Kurtenbach. For Keywood, got by Neil Abel. There's a chance, Bobby Hay, just over the top. Puck is dead. Face off. 4 minutes and 4 seconds remaining on this second period. And still, it's 3-2 to Nottingham. And Jim Keyes on the bench there, one of the key men as far as Nottingham's concerned. Well, having a rest because he's been out there for an awful lot of this game. Nottingham coming out and coming out fast. Andy Donald takes it. So the face-off will be down by Donald's net.
Well, there was a good example of the Fife defence there. Andy Peake looked a little bit slow. Looked very slow, he was running out of legs there, and luckily for him the puck went too far and the goalkeeper was able to smother it.
The face-off in the Fife end. Kurtenbach yet again, he's always at the back there, controlling the game as far as Nottingham is concerned. Beautiful play. Dean Everston. Taken down by Dwayne Keywood, but it's Pellini now, and picked up, and Brad Peters dropped! Oh, again a stop, and again a stop! Andy Donald and a deflection. That boy Donald is doing superbly well. The puck is still loose. The puck is still loose. Leighton Arrett. And Nottingham still have possession. Gavin Fraser. Backhand. And again the puck is loose. It's underneath Andy Donald. What a goalie. What a goalie.
Andy Donald is having an absolutely fantastic game here. Absolutely unbelievable, Andy Donald. He's saving Fife time after time after time. Nottingham are fighting for every puck in the Fife end here, and Fife seem to be just letting them get near the goals. Often look, bad pass here, puck bouncing around. Andy Donald jumping and saving. Here he's standing up to that puck, made a lovely stop there. The puck's still loose, and at last he gets a smother on it to Fife's.
Well, he certainly is a great credit, because Nottingham had 30 shots on the net so far in this game, and Fife have only had 18. So Andy Donald has had 30 shots on his net. He's been a very busy player. So yet another face-off in the Five Flyers end, and once again Kurtenbach keeping it in there. He'll whistle.
Fife are having enormous problems getting the puck out their own end off these face-offs. Time and time again there's chances and trouble for them. Nottingham are digging the puck out very well.
Just under 3 minutes of the second period remaining, and Nottingham doing all the work. Kurtenbach, oh, another stop, and this time cleared by the defenseman. Andy Donald got the first one though. Oh, that puck is bouncing around the Five Flyers net. Now it's out, but not for long. Offside.
I think if Nottingham get another goal here, Fife are going to be in serious trouble, because they're going to have to play up the ice, and they'll give Nottingham more and more chances of breakaways.
Face off on the halfway line. Fife have not been down at the Nottingham end for several minutes, and in ice hockey several minutes is quite a time. Keys not going to get it back. That was Webber. Now Pennycook floating it down, too far ahead of Jeffrey. Picked up by Kurtenbach, floated through, and Keys taken out of the play by Stojanovic. Good pass, but Jeffrey going in the wrong direction. The idea was right.
They got him, Nige. You go, Nige. You go, Jimmy. Get stuck in them corners. There you go, guys.
A minute and 55 seconds remaining, second period. A minute and 55 seconds remaining of this second period. Players well inside the face-off circle when that face-off happened. Nottingham losing possession. There's a pass out. There's a chance. Bobby Haig. Brian Cox has got it. Just too far ahead of him.
Oh, I thought Brian Cox's heart was in his mouth here. I think he was very lucky. He didn't quite get hold of this puck, and he managed to grab it on the second goal. He was a lucky man.
Well, the break's not going in Five Flyers' way. A minute and 37 seconds of the second period to go. They have it in the Nottingham end, but they still having difficulty in putting it in that net. Here's Tellini. Andy Donald found that one hot. And the puck still loose in front. Stojanovic trying to get it out. He comes away with it. Number 9, Stojanovic. He's moving fast. He still has possession. Right around. He's done it. What a goal! What a goal! Dave Stojanovic took it from his own end of the rink. Went through the Nottingham team and then put it in from behind the net. The Five Flyers fans are ecstatic. That was a goal to remember. Stojanovic, let's watch this.
And this is what the Fife fans have come to see. Stojanovic in full flight, taking on man after man here. When he looked as if he was going to pass it out to the front there, he takes it further on, and the goalkeeper just hesitates for a second, and he's just got enough time to get round there and push it in the net. And back again. You see, everybody's waiting for the pass up, and he keeps going and going. The goalkeeper just waits a second too late, and he's got it in the corner.
It's 3 goals each. The excitement building now. Well, a shot this time from Abel. Mike Jeffrey coming back. Offside. Jim Pennycook was over the line.
Well, that changes the whole complexion of this game, because Fife are now going to have new half playing this last period. This is boiling up into a real thriller.
One has to remember also that on that goal, Stojanovic picked it up at his own end and went from one end of the rink to the other. Jeffrey still has it. Just off the net, a shot from the knees. 30 seconds remaining on this period. Five Flyers coming forward again. Stojanovic on in front. It's bounced loose. It's Jeffrey. And now Nottingham shooting it. That's Jim Keys. 10 seconds. Nottingham will breathe a sigh of relief when this hooter goes. Won't go for a while though, that's a whistle. There's another 5 seconds left to play.
This is one of the fastest periods of ice hockey I've ever seen. I've never seen a game going so quickly. It's really fantastic. One into the other.
And both sets of fans having a great time. Just 5 seconds of this second period to go. It's 3 goals each. Jim Pennicott taking the face-off with Jimmy Keys. Snaps it down. Andy Donald holds it. The hooter has gone for the end of the period, a period which was up and down and saw perhaps one of the best goals we'll see, an unassisted goal from one end of the rink to the other. But 3 goals to 3. What a third period we've got in prospect.
Yes, not half. Very, very exciting stuff here, and everybody on the edge of their seats. Crowd's enjoying it immensely.
The goal scored by number 9, assisted by number 6, timed at 38-53. The Nottingham Panthers goal, scored by number 9, assisted by the young, timed at 27-46.
So the third and final period. The score 3-3. Who's going to break this deadlock? Five Flyers in possession. Looking for Jeffrey. That's L. Sims turning it back. The pass. Jeffrey. Oh, hit the post. Or what? There was a whistle.
It was an offside there.
It's an offside play. In any case, he hit the post.
Yeah, this is a marvellous shot right off the bottom of the post, but the winger on the far side had gone offside.
So, what a let-off for Nottingham Panthers that was. Fife coming forward again. On the boards by Terry Kurtenbach. Al Sims. In front. Stojanovic was in the right place. Jeffrey has the puck. Intercepted by Kurtenbach. Here's Al Sims for Fife. Around the back. Shot deflected. The puck is still loose. But it comes to Dwayne Keyword. Floated through. Leighton thereat. Around the back. So, Gordon Latto, poke check by Kurtenbach. Dwayne Keyword pressing. Keys with the face-off. Dean Everson. Nottingham keeping it in. And as far as the line, floating. Oh, close. Out come Fife. Around the back. And Fife still have it there. There's a chance, a great chance now. Keys, yes, it's there. Nigel Rhodes, the scorer. Nottingham Panthers go into the lead. And that has made the Nottingham fans very, very happy.
This was a really nice goal here. Perlini laid it off. And the pass to Nigel Rhodes was absolutely perfect, just slipped it right in the corner of the net. Lovely goal, well taken, good finish. Perlini just drawing the defenseman, drops into centre, and he takes his time, he knows what he's going to do with it. Nice pass and just a tip right past the side of the goalkeeper, very nice goal.
Keewan. And the score is still the same. It's 4-3 for Nottingham Panthers, but Fife Flyers are now coming back and fighting their way through. The atmosphere in the National Exhibition Centre is, I must say, I don't think I've heard atmosphere like this at a British ice hockey match for years and years and years, as Nottingham come forward again. Into the corner, the puck is trapped and it'll be a face-off. This is quite a game.
This is really quite a game. That goal that Nottingham scored there could be very significant, because there's not going to be a lot of goals here. Defences are really tightening up now, and we're looking forward to a really exciting finish to this Norwich Union Cup final.
All down one side of the rink, it's Nottingham. All down the other side of the rink, it's Fife. And they are having a whale of a time. Another face-off. Nobody's going to take any chances in this situation. 4-3 the score. Nottingham here, the chairs on the bench. That's big Gavin Fraser in the middle there with a moustache. The captain. Pushed away, it's out of them. The five end, picked up by Dean Edmiston. Taken out by Keys, Keys has it. But it didn't bounce well for him. Now Fred Polini. Polini with a shot. Off the net. Knocked away by Andy Donald. It's still in there. Nottingham keeping the pressure up. It's Polini again. Number 19 for Nottingham. Out the front. Comes to Kurtenbach on the defence. Nigel Rhodes. Holding it. Having another chance. Still they have it. Oh. And now it's 1 against 1. Bobby Haig. Jim Keys back there. Bobby Haig. And his shot deflected. And out go Nottingham. Puck out of play. The puck went out of the rink, but that was desperation, wasn't it?
Everything's happening in this game. There was a fight for a really good breakaway there, and all of a sudden Stojanovic had to almost sell his soul to stop that puck from getting down the ice.
Chip Cottrell there having a word with his players because they have got all the work to do. 4 goals to 3 for Nottingham Panthers. The face-off just in the Nottingham end. Al Sims for Fife. Goes around the back and in front. Jim Pennicook has it, number 7. Jim Pennicook, number 7. Stojanovic there. Pennicook just wide of the net. That was a chance. You cannot afford to miss him. Al Sims, it's bounced again. It's loose. Knocked away down the rink. And Dwayne Keywood just ducking out of the way of Andy Donald's stick. But well, those chances, you've got to take them. This boy here, Donald, he's had a sensational game.
Yes, Andy Donald's had a marvellous game for Fife. He's kept them in the game for long periods when they were under a lot of pressure from Nottingham. Brian Cox at the other end has had a little bit of a nervous time, but he's also made some good stops as well.
Well, at the end of the second period, Nottingham had 34 shots on goal and Fife had only had 20. Shows you the amount of work that Andy Donald's had to do. So, Nottingham getting it in again. Here's Gordon Latto for Fife. Latto. Comes back. Bellini. Right around. And a little bit of pushing and shoving off the puck there. And Big Gavin Fraser was one of the players involved. The face-off is going to be back again because the puck went down the rink, over the red line. There's Big Gavin, Scottish-born, and quite a character, the captain of Nottingham Panthers.
He's having a good season with the Nottingham Panthers, Gavin Fraser, scoring a lot of goals, and he's a hard worker.
Alex Dampier there on the right. British and Nottingham coach. Well, Bobby Haig's shot got through, but it was off the net. And in by John Bremner, and that was very unlucky because the door where the players go through on and off the ice came loose, and John Bremner must have felt that very severely.
This could be something serious here. John Bremner went through this door, but he looks as if he's hurt his shoulder. And I know before this game started he was carrying a bit of a shoulder. Look, he's hit right in the corner of the door as the door's being hammered open. He might be hurt here. That might be a little bit serious.
Well, he's standing up there and he's smiling now. So, well, John Bremner, he's another Scottish player playing with Nottingham Panthers. A tough character, the alternate captain. But of course, they can't start until that is absolutely secure. So John Bremner, he stood up to it well. The barrier didn't stand up to it too good, but he did. And the face-off, as cheered on by these Nottingham fans. Andy Donald flicking it away into the corner. Neil Abel, picked up by Polini. Polini now, good pass. Bit of hooking there. However, a That was big Neil Abel. Got away with it. Nice pass, Dean Edmiston. Edmiston taken down, and there is going to be a penalty. The referee has signalled. So, we shall now see exactly what happened here.
Well, that was a bit silly there, taking this penalty, because Edmondson had gone too far and he had nowhere to go. But he was pulled down, and this is going to make difficult times for Nottingham.
So it's Bremner who he's gone in the box. He's gone through the barrier in a legitimate way into the sin bin. On the other side of the rink, remember, he went through the players' entrance. However, he's there, and now 5 Flyers have the opportunity of getting on back. They have the man advantage for 2 minutes, unless a goal is scored when the player comes back. So, 5 Flyers. Al Sims, number 4. Sims, they're all going up. Jeffrey was eased out of the play. It's come rather luckily for Jim Keys of Nottingham. Tries a slap shot. Rash. Well, Fife have got to get possession and get out. Nottingham are coming forward and forward-checking and keeping it at that end of the rink. So Al Sims tries again. Jim Pennycook. Pennycook's through. Backhand in front. Oh, great stop. Brian Cox just pulled it back. Here's Gordon Latto now. In goes Jeffrey. Remember that Fife have the man advantage. That was off the skates of Gordon Latto. They're working it closer and closer in front. Now it's trapped against the base of the net.
Well, Brian Cox here, if he showed any nerves earlier on, he certainly earned his bread here, because he makes a superb stop. Pennycook does well here, and Sims looked as if he just had to tip it in, but Brian Cox got down well and made a lovely stop. Well done.
But it's still in his end of the rink. Al Sims to Jeffrey. 30 seconds to go on the penalty. Here's a chance. Oh, knocked away, and another chance. The fates are favouring Nottingham at the moment. There's no whistle when it's shot down the rink when the teams are not of equal strength. And remember, Nottingham, a man short, 12 seconds on the penalty. The shot over the top. And Brian Cox has smothered it. 6 seconds left on the penalty and 10 minutes and 52 seconds on the game.
Brian Cox did well again there. He's now getting to grips with these pucks coming off the backboards, and he was round there quickly and smothered that puck very well.
So we're at the face-off just to the left of the Nottingham net. Bremner still in the box. Gordon Latto, number 16 from 5, taking the face-off. Flipped away by Terry Kurtenbach. They're now back to full strength, so Nottingham have played off the penalty. Cox flicking it away, around the back. Only comes as far as Al Sims. Keeps it. Al Sims drives it. Just wide of the far post. Rash. Edmiston. Yes, a penalty. And this time, a penalty against 5 Flyers. Number 7. Dave Stojanovic.
Oh, I think this is definitely a penalty. This is charging at his very best. Look at Stojanovic. He took about 4 or 5 steps there and crashed that guy at the board. You can't get away with that.
So a shake of the head on the ice, and now he's in the penalty box for 2 minutes, and Nottingham, leading by 4 goals to 3, have the man advantage. Well, now, if Nottingham get one here, well, Andy Donald has gone towards the bench.
Is he ready for the face-off? Who called it?
It looks as though they've called a timeout.
Fife.
Fife have called a timeout. They're allowed a timeout of 30 seconds.
Well, it's a Fife's turn now to go on the rack. We're taking that silly penalty by Stanovic. And if they lose another goal here, they'll be struggling to get 2 goals because there's so much energy being expended in this game already. It's going to be hard to find legs to go hard in the last few minutes of this game.
I think that we've seen Jimmy Jack, we've seen Gordon Neto, we've seen Dave Stojanovic score the goals for Fife. But one of the key men in the game has been the defenceman for Nottingham Panthers, Terry Kurtenbach, who scored a goal and made assists on 2 of the other goals. So now that Nottingham have the advantage, Kurtenbach is out there, so is Perlini, so is Bremner. It's Perlini taking the place off. There's about 10.5 minutes left. This is Kurtenbach. He takes his time, he waits, and hands it to Perlini. Perlini's on Nigel Rhodes. Rhodes just floating it in. He's going after it, and Fife eased the pressure. They got it back, but John Bremner to Kurtenbach. Nigel Rhodes drops it, gets it back again, and again Fife managed to clear it down the ring. Every time it goes down there, the seconds drift away. 1 minute and 5 seconds on the penalty. Out come Nottingham Panthers. Shot in by Jim Keys. Perlini's in the far corner, he picks it up. That's Gordon Leto driving it out again, and this time it does go out just over the blue line. The Nottingham players have to come out. Kurtenbach drops it, but Perlini couldn't get his shot away. On the ice again by Jeffrey. 33 seconds on the penalty. Nottingham moving it out now. Gavin Fraser. That's Kurtenbach. Round the back for Jim Keys, didn't get to it. Keys picked it up. Perlini's in front. Here's a chance. Bremner. The shot, oh, just deflected wide. Keys again. Nottingham keeping the pressure on. Quick flick. Keys. Edmiston with him. In front. Stojanovic is back on the ice. He's got it. He's got 1 man to beat. But there are 3 men chasing him. What a shot and what a stop. Brian Cox, he really had that one.
Well, there you are. Stojanovic comes right off the bench and picks up this loose puck here, and he lets an almighty shot go here. But Brian Cox is equal to it, and a lovely stop and a lovely catch. Well done.
Well, Brian Cox, he is doing his bit now that his team are in front. Both the goalminders have had a lot of work to do because the chances have been coming. Perlini. Puck still loose. Jimmy Pennicook going after it. That's Kurtenbach shooting it down the ice. That will be a whistle. It is. Icing.
I can see signs of tired legs here now. Both teams are finding it hard to summon up the energy. There's so much going on in this game here. It's just holding on, hoping they're not going to make a mistake.
Well, they've got about 8 minutes left for these Nottingham Panthers to keep cheering. I wonder if they will be cheering because it's been so close, nip and tuck all the way through the game. 3 inches by 1 inch, that puck, and it really moves fast and it really moves hard. And Panthers going in fast. Gavin Fraser has it. Bobby Haig turning it away. Haig still has it, but now it's Nottingham. Fraser, good turn. He's got, a chance. Puck is still loose. It's still there. It's still there. Oh, it must be. Oh, just wide. Leighton Arrett just had the chance. It's still there. But now, the whistle. And Mr. John McCallum.
Oh, there's all hell let loose around this net here. The goalkeeper diving, the puck bouncing like a bar of soap. It was really exciting stuff. And the goalkeeper did very well once again.
And in amongst all of that, Brian Peat of Five Flyers has got a penalty. So Brian Peat is in the box for 2 minutes, and that's something that Five Flyers did not want at this particular stage of the game, because Nottingham had the pressure on them, but now they have the man advantage as well. Pellini, just over the top. Flipped out. Here's Jeffrey, taking up to the defence. Lost it. Now Pellini coming out again. Pellini taking his time. Taking his time. To the point, Keys, Pellini, the slap. Beautiful stop again by Andy Donald.
There they go again, these goalkeepers. They just have let nothing pass here. They're a credit to the game today. But Perlini's causing a lot of problems for Fife here. He's a lovely, easy player. Here's the shot coming in. Andy Donald, absolutely perfect position and a great catch.
Now the face-off just to the left of Andy Donald's goal. Nottingham still have the puck in that end, but it's not there any longer.
Oh, trouble!
Here's a chance! Here is a chance! A great chance! And there it is! Dave Stoyanovich has tied it all up again! What a game he's having! If he gets a chance... well, he's great at short-handed goals. Remember that they are a man short.
Yes, they're a man short. This is what always happens. There's the attacking team trying to keep the puck in the opposition end. A breakaway, and so easy. The goalkeeper had no chance at all here. He was caught in no man's land.
Well, that's his 6th short-handed goal of the season for Mr. Stoyanovich. It's 4 goals each. There's 6 minutes and 42 seconds to play. Back come Nottingham. Jim Keys. Randall Webber on the blue line. Pellini there. Jim Pennicook shooting it down the rink. As well he can, of course, because Peter's in the box. So it's Randall Webber going in. Good stop again by Donald. Back to the point, here's Pellini. Curtain back shot. Oh, deflected just wide. 37 seconds on the penalty. Nottingham with the pressure on. Webber didn't make it away. Pennicook just getting it clear. So, curtain back. Just 15 seconds on the penalty. Pellini is through. Pellini shot. Oh, it's still loose. And out it comes. Away come Five Flyers. Peter's back on the ice. They're at full strength. Jeffrey, the shot blocked by Gannon Fraser. Here comes Jim Keys. Keys going in. Oh, what a lot of hooking there was there. And the puck bounces away. The red light has gone on. Well, was it a goal or wasn't it? The red goal light came on, but the play is still in motion. Jeffrey, that crashed against the plexiglass. Up and down, up and down. Oh, here's a chance, Pellini. Leighton Arrett is floating in front. In front, Kurtenbach, just over the top. What pressure! What ice hockey! No wonder this crowd are standing. They're all standing on this side of the rink, and they're cheering.
I can't believe what I can't believe what's going on out there. The excitement in this game is paramount now. The pucks are going everywhere across the goal. You think there's a goal coming. Goalkeeper saving. It's just unbelievable. The crowd are standing on going mad up the sinker.
So, the face-off there, and the Five Flyers fans, and we are, I have to say, seated right in the middle of the Five Flyers fans. They were overjoyed about that, but Nottingham coming back again. Oh, back comes Fife. Very close, flipping through, and flipped away. Neatly flipped away. Icing, and back to the other end. Well, a little bit of respite, because this has really been a great, exciting ice hockey match, which has kept this crowd on their toes all the way through the match. The Five Flyers fans are in great voice. 4-4 the score, 4 minutes and 18 seconds to play. If the score is tied 4-4 at full time, or is tied at all, then there'll be a sudden death period, and if at the end of the sudden death there's still no goal scored, then there will be a penalty shootout. So, Gordon Leto for Fife, he's getting away. Gordon Leto in front, Jeffrey, oh, shot, it's underneath Brian Cox. Is it in the net? It's in the net. Or is it? The referee is pointing. Well, we'll have to see.
Well, I think it's Nottingham's turn to be lucky here. This puck was scrambled round the front of the net. It was a nice play by Fife, and a good shot here that Brian Cox just can't hold on to. When the puck drops down, it's bouncing about here, everybody having a go at it, but the whistle goes, and then it goes through his legs and goes in the net. But it's not a goal. No goal.
So the whistle had blown just before Al Sims put that puck in the net. So it's still 4-4. 3 minutes and 56 seconds to play. 4 each. Oh, a chance! Not very loose, out come Nottingham. Nigel Rhodes, Andy Donald not taking any chances. He's going to hold it because Jim Key's number 11 was in there.
Isn't it marvellous? 1 minute we have an incident at that end, and the next minute we have a shot at this end. This has been the pattern of this game throughout, and I'm really pleased to have been here to watch this game.
Brian Peat, the defenseman for Five Flyers. Well, both sets of supporters on the edge of the seats. Clipped away, picked up by Gavin Fraser. Gavin Fraser for Nottingham. Fraser. Turned back by Terry Kurtenbach. It's Pelini with him, Pelini leaving it. This is Gavin Fraser cutting down the right wing. Got Jim Keyes with him. The shot bounces away from Andy Donald. Gavin Fraser back to the point. Here's Kurtenbach. Back into the corner again. A chance, a chance! Oh, just short. Back to the point again. Still Nottingham have it there. And in front. Oh, it's away! But Jeffrey beaten to the puck by Kurtenbach. And out of that Nottingham end. Fraser just shooting it down the ice. Picked up by Gordon Leto, number 16. 3 minutes. Well, in fact, 2.5 minutes. And the pressure again on Fife. 4-4 the score. The puck is loose, and Fife forced to shoot it down the ring. Linesman signalling a whistle. There it is, and a face-off.
It's a credit to the fitness of these boys, the way they've kept going through this game. I've got nothing but admiration for every one of them. They're absolutely out on their feet now, and if this goes to extra time, I don't know where they're going to get the energy from.
Well, perhaps the cheering of these crowds will give them some encouragement. They've still got 2 minutes and 19 seconds of this ordinary playing time to go, so, well, you can score a goal in 10 seconds in ice hockey, particularly if you're in the opposition's end, as this face-off is. Well, the Fife fans are very happy, and so I'm sure are the Nottingham fans. little bit of adjustment to the pads of Andy Donald. And now John McCallum, the referee, calling for the face-off. Well, that lady from Nottingham, she's sitting there and wondering.
This is a bit of a critical face-off here for Fife. They've been a little bit weak for the face-offs at this time in this particular spot, and if the puck gets back...
Well, that lady wasn't sitting there for long without saying much, was she? So the face-off is there. Fife floated away, only as far as Kurtenbach. Kurtenbach shoots it in again, and back go Nottingham. They're in the Fife end. Still in there. Keys fighting for it. Neil Abel getting it away. John Bremner on the net. As Nigel Rhodes going for it. He's taken out. Bit of pushing and shoving there. Brian Pete. Out come Fife. Jeffrey tried to stick-handle his way past Kurtenbach. Didn't make it. Snapshot. Good stop by Donald. That was Jim Keys. Around the boards. Fife trying to get it out, and out they come. It's Al Sims. Going up the middle. Sims with the snapshot. Knocked down by Brian Cox. Still loose. And Stojanovic underneath all that. With just 1 minute and 16 seconds remaining.
Just a good sign there. Jim Keys had a little bit of a break. That shows that his legs are beginning to go because he had a long distance shot hoping to beat Andy Donald, and Andy Donald, I think, is too good for that shot tonight.
Well, Nottingham have had 50 shots on the net to 35 by Fife Flyers, and now it's Fife in the Nottingham end. 1 minute and 16 seconds. Al Sims blocked, pushed away. Dwayne Keyword going for it. Here's Dean Emerson trying to fake his way past, didn't make it. Down the boards by Pellini. Floated in. There'll be no whistle on that. Out comes Gavin Fraser. 45 seconds. Nottingham still have the puck. And here's Dwayne Keyword. Bounced across. Jim Keys didn't control it. 30 seconds remaining. 4-4 the score. Gordon Latto taking his time, floating it down. Pellini back in again. Gordon Latto. 15 seconds. 10 seconds remaining. Fife coming out. 5 seconds remaining. They're not getting very far. Well, there it is. The hooter for the end of the normal playing time. We've had 60 minutes of really exciting hockey. The score is now tied 4 goals each, which means there'll be an extra time period with sudden death. If a team scores a goal during that extra time, that is the end of the game. If there's no goals scored, then there'll be a penalty shootout.
Well, that's a fitting end to this game, and it's just a shame there's going to be a loser at the end of it, but I'm really glad that I'm not a Fife or Nottingham supporter going into the sudden death thing, because every time the puck goes near one goal or the other, everybody's going to be falling off the end of their seat. But what a lovely way to finish a major cup tie.
Well, that was Alex Dampier telling his team what to do in the extra time period. Desmond, we are just getting ready for the start of the 10-minute extra time period. sudden death. If a goal is scored, the team that scores the goal will be the winners of the Norwich Union Cup. The face-off at the start of this period. And 5 Flyers move in. Oh, and hit the post! Well, even. There was an offside call, but the puck had gone past Brian Cox and hit the post.
Oh dear, here we go again. Nottingham very lucky here. That's the second period was the last period was the same thing. The puck hit the post and coming out, but he was offside.
So he's getting everything in this game. My goodness, we are. So it's Pellini around the back looking for Gavin Fraser. Fraser shooting it down. Dwayne Keywood going past. He's got it out in front, but it doesn't come. He's still there. Jim Keys tried to thread it round the back. Gordon Latto waiting, taking his time. Back again to Gordon Latto. 5 passing it. Here's Stojanovic. He's the danger man, and he's going. He's still got it. He's still going. Around the boards. Keys and Pennycook tied up. The puck is still loose. Nottingham have it. Dwayne Keywood. Checked by Sims. This is Gordon Latto for 5. Al Sims. That's Gordon Latto. A bouncer. Picked up by Fred Pellini for Nottingham. Now it's Sims. Latto. Again, slapping it away into the corner. Jimmy Jack, they're going in after it. And Jimmy Jack's got it. In front. Flipped over the top. Dean Emerson out in front. That was Keys. Here's Gavin Fraser. Got Terry Curtin back with him. There's a rebound. It's down! Nottingham Panthers! The puck came out there. It came out so fast, and back on the ice, the sad figure of Andy Donald, but the crowd have gone absolutely wild. Nottingham Panthers have won the Norwich Union Cup, and look at the sad sight of Andy Donald. He has been left alone on the ice there, having played a tremendous game, but in the end, he was on the losing side. So, Nottingham Panthers number 16, Leighton Arrett, was the man who picked up that puck, and it's Nottingham Panthers who celebrate.
Here we go, and Gavin Fraser comes in here and has a good shot that the goalkeeper can only palm at. And he bounces to Arrett coming in here, and he just slaps it into the short corner. Just goes inside the post there. Poor old Andy Donald, he's done everything today, and that one just got inside the post. But good luck to Nottingham. I think overall they might have just shaded it. And it's been a fantastic final.
Well, it was just 1 minute and 53 seconds into the extra time period, but Nottingham Panthers, Leighton Arrett, put the Nottingham team and let them, here's the man, number 16, which means that Nottingham have won the equivalent of the Autumn Cup for the first time since 1955. They're there, they're getting the crowd, they're getting the support. Meanwhile, 5 Flyers, who have done so much to make this a really excellent game, standing disconsolate in the right-hand corner of the ring. But, as always happens in ice hockey, then the two teams shake hands. Whatever's happened on the ice, whatever incidents there are, they still go and shake hands with each other at the end of the match.
Well, you've got to be pleased for the Nottingham fans who have been loyal for a long time with the Nottingham team, who have been up and coming, trying to establish themselves back in the British League. And this is a lovely reward for them. They fought hard, it's a marvellous match, and I think Nottingham won just on level of play, just about deserved to win anyway. But all credit to both teams, and the amount of effort that went out there, they all deserve a medal.
This is what it's like to win a cup. The Norwich Union Cup, and those Nottingham players, they are really happy. Remember, it was 1955 when they won what was then called the Autumn Cup. Now they've won the equivalent, the Norwich Union Cup. And, well, it seems a pity that one team or the other had to lose, because both teams gave everything they got for 61 minutes and 53 seconds. So, Nottingham Panthers, 1986 winners of the Norwich Union Cup. So, big Gavin Fraser from Scotland comes forward to receive the Norwich Union Cup from the chairman of Norwich Union, Mr. Michael Fulton. And those hundreds and hundreds of Nottingham fans are absolutely delighted. Gavin Fraser shows the Norwich Union Cup to his supporters.